I have another story to read to you today, and the title of this story is called The Little Red Hen and the Sly Fox. And the author is Vivian French, and the illustrator is Sally Hobson. Let's see what this story is about. Once there was a wood, and in the middle of the wood there was a tree. Under the tree was a house, and in the house lived a little red hen. The little red hen was kind and careful. She always wore an apron, and in her apron was a pocket. In her pocket she always kept a needle and thread and a little pair of scissors. Every animal in the woods loved the little red hen. She mended and sewed for everyone, and all she ever asked for was a please and a thank you. Every animal in the woods loved the little red hen, except for Sly Fox. Sly Fox thought that the little red hen would make an excellent chicken dinner. One fine morning, Sly Fox woke early. He yawned, and he stretched, and he smiled, and he said, "Today is the day I shall have my chicken dinner." He hurried to his chest of drawers, and he put a pair of socks in one pocket and a large sack in the other. Then he ran through the woods until he reached the little red hen's house. Sly Fox knocked on the little red hen's door. "Who's there?" called the little red hen. "Why, it's only me," said Sly Fox. "I've got a pair of socks with holes in the toes, and I wondered if you would be so kind as to darn them for me." "Come right in," said the little red hen. In went Sly Fox with a bounce and a bound. He snatched the sack from his pocket, and he tried to put it over the little red hen's head, but she was too quick for him. Up, up, up she flew to the very top of the cupboard, where she peered down at him. "Why, Mr. Fox," she said, "that's not nice. I was going to darn your socks for you, and you try to put me in a sack. That's not nice at all, Mr. Fox." Sly Fox said nothing. He just turned himself around and around and around, and the little red hen's head went around and around and around until she was so dizzy that she fell off of the top of the cupboard and right into the open sack below her with a plop. "Aha!" cried Sly Fox. "Home we go." And he ran out of the house with the little red hen in the sack on his back. Sly Fox ran and ran through the woods, but the sun was very hot and the little red hen was very heavy. Sly Fox ran slower and slower and stopped. "Goodness," he said, "what a fat little red hen. I think I'll have a rest." He sat down on a grassy bank and put the sack close beside him. He tied the top as tight as he could and lay back in the sunshine to shut his eyes. Sly Fox was snoring, and the little red hen was thinking hard. "I'm wearing my apron, and in my apron is a pocket. In my pocket is a needle and thread and my little pair of scissors." The little red hen had an idea. She took out her scissors, and she snipped and she snipped and she snipped a neat hole in the sack. She tiptoed out. She looked left and she looked right. She looked up and she looked down until she saw a large stone. She heaved and hauled the stone into the sack, and then she took her needle and her thread, and she stitched and she stitched. And she stitched up the hole with such tiny little stitches that you would never have known had ever been a hole at all. And then she ran all the way home and made herself a strong cup of tea. Sly Fox slept and slept until the sun went down. "It's time for my chicken dinner." He picked up the sack and hurried all the way home to his dark old house at the very back of the woods. "Dinner," said Sly Fox as he pushed open the door. He dropped the sack on the musty, dusty floor and built up a fire of sticks. He took down a large pot and filled it full of water. He put the water on top of the sticks and waited until the water was bubbling and boiling, and then he rubbed his paws together. "Wakey, wakey, little red hen," said Sly Fox, and he shook the sack. He untied the top, and he tipped the sack over the water, and the stone fell in with a great big splash. The Sly Fox shrieked. The boiling water splashed on his whiskers. It splashed on his paws. The Sly Fox shrieked again as the boiling water splashed on his fine bushy tail, and he turned himself around and he ran to the very edge of the woods and out to the other side, and he was never seen again. The little red hen went on living happily in her house and under the trees. She mended and sewed for all the animals in the woods, and she always wore her apron with the pocket, and in her pocket she always kept a needle and thread and her little pair of scissors. The end. That's it for my story today, friends. I'll see you tomorrow.